What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me, Liam. And today we are diving into Paradise, episode 4. Man, we got some answers. We had a lot of theories based on the first 3 episode drop that they had. I was way off on who I thought the big bad was. We got some more insights on backstories, which was great in this episode. Was a little bit slow as far as that, but because it was mainly a backstory episode, we were learning a little bit of the pieces to the puzzle. So not a lot of action, but definitely a lot of plot that we needed. So excited to dive in. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. As you know, this is not just us preaching or being like the officials on the show. We just love TV. We love talking about it, and we love talking with you about it. And don't forget, we now have Patreon. So for as little as a cup of coffee, you can become a member of this channel and support our future videos so we can produce even more for you guys. But without further ado, let's dive in.
Well, the outside world's inhabitable.
Dude, we had a lot of theories on that, a lot of questions, right? We had a lot of questions last episode on what was the deal with that. Yeah, what a reveal. The outside world is breathable, inhabitable, but destroyed.
And survivors.
And there is most likely survivors.
There's definitely survivors.
We didn't see them.
Didn't see the people, but we saw the signs of them.
Correct.
You saw the smoke up in the distance from the different campfires.
Well, it could also be perceived as just like the smoldering destruction of what was left behind. I don't know if I would perceive it all as campfire, but absolutely could be the signs of civilization.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think it's absolutely signs of survivors,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, think about it. How long were they in there already by that point?
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's signs of survivors.
Okay. Listen, I have never survived an apocalypse. I don't know how long those fires would burn for, but it is a great hint towards, and definitely could be signs of, campfire, civilization, people, 100%. Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
So, I kind of hate what they did in this episode for a few reasons. I loved the backstory. We got to know Billy really, really well. So well, in fact, that they decide, fuck you, we're going to take him away.
Dude, they did it on purpose, too.
Kind of.
As soon as they started building him up to be someone that I can have empathy for,
Yep.
I was like, they're going to kill this dude.
I knew it too. Yep. But it frustrated me.
And I thought they were going to kill him at the carnival in front of Xavier. But then I was like, oh yeah, they're in the cave and they're not supposed to have weapons. So if they were to publicly murder somebody, that would be way off kilter. So they're not going to do that. It's not like the world today. Like we're not out in the real world where they can run away. They're in a cave.
I did not see her as the one that was going to kill him until the very last second when he walked in with the sparkler. Once he walked in with the sparkler, that's when I was like, yeah, it's her, isn't it?
So for me, let me know where you guys picked it up. But for me, as soon as he said, send your biggest at me, I already knew physically strong, like strength-wise, Billy's already the baddest one there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the most smallest, most inconspicuous. It's going to be the field mouse that takes down the elephant, right? And that's where I was like, oh, it's going to be his fucking girlfriend.
Yeah. I was so disappointed in that because I was starting to like her too.
I think it was well played. The writing on this episode was good because the misdirects, I mean, the writing so far in all the episodes have been great because the misdirects have been flawless. Like, have you guys picked up on them? Because they have been duping me solid. It's been great for me to go through this and be like, oh, damn, I was wrong. Oh, I didn't see that coming. It's very rare for me to do that, to sit down and not like tell you what's about to happen.
So the other Watson and the Wayfair witches, that's an example. Mayfair witches. Those are examples of when you don't have a paid membership to ChatGPT, and this show is an example with a paid membership.
It's pro plan.
Yeah,
pro plan.
the $2 a month plan.
There you go.
They're doing excellent with this.
Yeah,
I can't say enough.
No, Billy's backstory, it reminded me of like actually quite a few of the dudes that I was in the military with. You know, broken home, whether they had parents or not, abused. Their only outlet for that like trauma and violence was an organization like the military. I have so much empathy and sympathy, like not sympathy, but empathy for Billy in this episode. I was like, man, I really feel for this dude. And he made himself into something worthwhile.
Right. Yeah. I love that.
And so, like, for me, I was like, damn, yeah, I can feel this dude. And then as soon as him and Xavier were like, he was like, man, you are my only family. Why would you even accuse me of that? I'm like, no, this is a good dude. Like, this guy knows, this is a loyal dude. This guy cares. Again, reminds me of a lot of people I used to know. So I was just like, yeah, you know,
maybe that's why it was easier for us to like him a whole lot more. But I still think they did a good job making him likable for everyone.
And then, yeah, the sparkler scene with the kids, Yeah, that's when I knew he's gonna get killed. I was like, shit, they're gonna kill him because I like him too much. They're gonna kill him. You get bastards, yeah. So also during the carnival scene, before we got the kind of the big reveal that Sinatra is twisted and evil and manipulative, more so than the first 3 episodes led her on to be. Because in the first 3 episodes, I felt more that she was the traumatized, like broken mother who looked for a way to save the world, and then, you know, through power comes corruption anyway, but ultimately she was looking for a way to keep control, right? She wasn't like twisted and evil. She showed signs of being twisted and evil in the end of this episode, which was very different than what I thought. So before we got that reveal, I honestly thought, I was leaning towards the theory that Cal's son killed him.
Really? Why?
Because Cal's son refused to show up that night for dinner with them. He was already beefing with them. He had something going on where he was already animosity with his dad. What I'm thinking is he came to the house that night. His dad was drunk. They got in a fight. He smashed his dad in the head with something, killed him in a fit of like rage, passion kind of kill, not like a, you know, violent evil, right? And then either had it covered up or ran out and is letting it look like something else. That's what I was thinking. Now I absolutely do not believe that at all. Now I do believe that Sinatra is a very sinister force and that she has agents much like the girlfriend who are just like sleepers, who are unsuspecting, everyday, you know, short mini skirt, take me to the carnival and I'll kill you at the end of the day kind of people, right? So now I no longer think it's the son. I think the son truly is just a traumatized youth that's, you know, dealing with the daddy issue kind of thing.
So do you think that female one that killed Billy is the one that actually killed the president?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't. I think there's another person at play that we are not yet seeing that actually killed Cal.
This is one of those shows that builds a lot of trust issues because the moment that they want you to think something, you have to automatically be like, yeah, it can't be that person.
Yeah. Well, I think it's someone with more access than what she has. Because she's more like the secretary. She's more like running, like she does like the bookkeeping and the laboratory work, right? The office work.
The female agent? She's not Billy's girlfriend?
Yeah, she's not an agent. She's more of a... She is a full agent, isn't she?
Yeah, she was CCTV.
Okay.
She was surveillance.
For some reason, because of the way they interacted in this episode, and he was like, hey, just going over some paperwork, and she was like, oh yeah, me too. For some reason, like my mind was like, oh, she basically is the clerk, office clerk for these guys. But no, in the earlier episodes, she's full, suited up, earpiece, all of that. So yeah, that's my brain just missing that connection. So
Yeah, because episode 1, he goes up to Billy, he's like, you really made that girl come in just so you could go take a shit.
yeah, you're right, 100%. Yes. No, she could be that. Yeah. She could end up being the big bad. Her and Sinatra could be the big bad, like the team up. Yeah.
And she's just a sleeper that no one expects.
Right. This, you know, cute little blonde thing, you know, 100 pounds soaking wet. That's just offing people with poison and all sorts of other, you know, spy weapons.
The poison was a little too on the nose for a female assassin.
I mean, what is it? Poison is a woman's weapon. What is the old saying?
I don't know about the old saying, but statistically, I've heard that the poison is generally used by women.
Yeah, but there's like that comes from an old saying. I think it comes from Japan, actually, where the ninjas, like old school ninjas in Japan, did not discriminate between male and female. They were both ninjas. Like they had really well-trained females in Japan, and their main form of killing was poison. I'm trying to remember.
So when we kept seeing glimpses of Billy's PTSD dreams, I thought that was old stuff.
I think it was supposed to make us think that, right? Because they kept showing us the deer,
Yeah.
which was the old stuff. But at the, you know, obviously when we fast forward, we get the full reveal of what we're really seeing. So
I wasn't expecting the people in that to be the 4 explorers that they sent out of the cave to do their due diligence to appease the masses. I think that's really why the president got killed, is because he found out. Because if you remember, he said, I'm going to send these people out and don't worry, I'll tell you the truth because it's who I am.
then the gap's too long.
Why?
Because they've been, so they just celebrated Carnival. Carnival is their annual event inside of the, right?
But, okay, listen real quick. You had brought up the whole fact of overbearing decision turned him into the alcoholic because of his choices.
Yeah, the weight of that decision, right? Yeah.
I think it's the truth of finding out about the master manipulator's true intentions and the length she's willing to go. And he found out that those 4 people were killed by Billy, hence why he was saying, watch out for Billy. And that's why he spiraled so much. It's because he finally realized that he was just a fucking puppet. And the lengths of what she was able to go to keep control of them inside this dome thing in the cave. Well, mountain.
Yep. There's an extra piece to that I'm going to add in. So the Secret Service, the leader, the one that was sleeping with Cal, she's also in on it. Last episode, I said that she had true intentions, that she was just in love with him. I think she did care for him. Maybe she was having just a good time, but I think there was like a level of like, hey, this is a lot of fun. Maybe I do like you. But ultimately, too, in this episode, we saw Billy, Sinatra, and her talking together at the carnival. So I think all 3 of them are actually working together. And what happened was, to feed into what you were saying, is Cal found out, not right away, because they sent those people out like 3 months after everything had happened to get answers, or 6 months. It was like shortly after, right? Not within the first year, they sent somebody out. Carnival, that like the situation that just happened where the president died is like a year ahead of that. So he would have had to have lived with that information for like a year.
Is it a couple of years?
Is it? It's a significant amount of time, right? So I think what happened is he didn't know the truth for quite a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Found out the truth. The weight of that, like you were saying, drove him to drink even more, to become more to unravel even more.
So he becomes a loose end because he's drunk and gonna slip up, right?
Now we saw some very important conversations that are going to lead to this. So he talks to Xavier right before all of his death, and basically is like, I'm sorry. If there was a way that I could like go back and change things, or like save your wife, or do anything different, I would do it. If there was a way to like reestablish the world, I would do it. Like he's like, this shit sucks. And Xavier's like, well, basically nothing you can do will bring my wife back.
And we got the famous line of, I'll be able to sleep when you're dead, kind of thing, right? And we got to see exactly that as well.
I think the weight of that line and that conversation is the final like straw that was like going to have Cal tell Xavier everything, tell him the truth. But that night, his mistress, I can't remember her name, but the leader of the Secret Service there, she comes over while they're in bed, pillow talk. He mentions that he was going to let Xavier in on the truth. She leaves, lets Sinatra know. They send the hitman kills him. So all these players are in on it, but I don't think any of them actually killed Cal. I think Cal's conscious that ultimately would really killed him, right? But like it's like self-inflicted suicide, right? He's like, he was so miserable and so upset that he was going to do the one thing that he knew was going to get him killed.
So you're saying he took the chicken exit out, but he also couldn't do it himself, so he set it up so that he didn't have a choice in the matter anymore.
Either he was going to get to tell Xavier the truth and move forward and deal with those consequences, or he was going to deal with the consequences that were going to come from being willing to tell him the truth.
Damn.
So that makes all of that connect now, in my mind at least. What do you guys think about that?
Also, what do you think of X's new girlfriend?
I think she was Team Cal. So she's not always truthful with Sinatra, which we've seen, willing to lie and manipulate her. So I think the doctor is good. I think she's going to end up being on Team Xavier with the good guys, and then we'll have Sinatra and Team Bad.
Damn, this is getting good.
It is getting good, and I'm excited to see more of the outside world. Were those actually civilizations? You can clearly breathe the air, so it wasn't nuclear fallout. There was clearly some explosions, though. Some things blew up, some things are leveled. It does look like, right, almost like a nuclear winter, but nuclear winter would be, I don't know, what do you guys think? Because like, sometimes in like a post-apocalyptic show, movie, it almost makes ash look like snow. Right? So there's so much ash that it looks like snow. This was very clearly snow.
Yes.
So And we're in Colorado, which makes sense. But it'd be snow in Colorado. So what really happened? Was there
Diesel waves from like that scientist dude that gave the speech.
So depending on where you are in Colorado, like Denver's a mile above sea level. That'd have to be a massive wave for it to hit Colorado, like parts of Colorado.
It just needs to be big enough around the world for it to imbalance the seasons, right?
Or take out the grid. You take away power, you put us back to the Stone Age. You want to watch us revert and start killing each other for the basic civilization, like basic survival stuff. Take out the power grid.
Was it like 1/3 of people die within the first 3 weeks if the power grid goes down?
Yeah, it would be insane if we lost power for a significant amount of time. World as we know it would change drastically.
Yep, I agree.
And we're going to see all of that pain out and play out and many, many other things here as we continue down Paradise. I am also really enjoying it. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. What was episode 4 for you? How are you liking the series? Is it new enough, different enough? How are you enjoying the acting, the writing? Let us know what do you guys think and your theories all below in the comments. I think that's really it for this one, right?
This is quickly becoming a weekly favorite for me.
Oh yeah, I was looking forward. I was actually really sad when my internet was down first thing this morning. I'm like, what the hell? I want to watch this.
Withdrawals.
Dude, and I'll tell you this. I don't know if you guys are watching Dexter Original Sin, but that show has grown on me. We've had it twice now where I go to watch it and the episode hasn't dropped when it was supposed to. And I'm like, what the hell? I want to watch Dexter. But, just want to say, appreciate everybody here, still here in the video. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And just thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. We're growing so rapidly, having so much fun doing this. And it's all because you guys tune in, right? Otherwise, we're just talking heads. And we're doing what we love. But because you guys love it too, it's turning into something a lot more fun. And so thank you.
And I'm enjoying the conversations I'm having with everyone in the comments too.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
I mean, the whole comment thread's been amazing. Watching, like reading it, seeing all the theories, liking everything. It's been great. At least seeing your answers and everything. So without further ado, we won't make this go on too much longer. If you're really enjoying this series, you can actually check out all we reviewed so far up here. We also have a bunch of series we reviewed down here and something else you may look above my head. But as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. And don't forget, if you want to become a member of the G-Spot, for as little as a cup of coffee, you can become a member of our Patreon and help us build even more awesome videos for you. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.